Vinyasa flow yoga tonight. We're going to mix it up a little bit and continue looking at some postures and incorporate that in a Vinyasa flow tonight. So the asana that we're going to be exploring this evening is going to be Utkatasana, or chair pose. So chair pose is involved in one of the Sun Salutation series, Sun Salutation B, and so we'll be practicing that and experience it in the midst of a flow, but we're also going to take a little time right before that and really break it down and understand the mechanics and the anatomy and some of the modifications that we can institute for chair pose. Utkatasana is also known by a couple of other names. Sometimes it's called fiery pose, or it's also known as awkward pose, interestingly. Utka actually means awkward in Sanskrit. And so if you've ever felt awkward while doing chair pose, then you're probably doing it right, because it is a little bit awkward to get everything in place. It's not a natural position for almost any of us to create for ourselves, but it's deeply engaging and of course also builds some core strength and some fire in the belly. So there's a lot that it's got going on for it. So we're going to experience that in just a few minutes, but as we always do, let's begin in a comfortable seat. Begin by settling down and arriving in our space. I invite you to close your eyes or bring your gaze softly down your nose. Take a nice deep breath in to start. Exhale and just sigh it out through the mouth. Start to feel your body relax and settle down. As you travel inward at the end of this day, leaving behind all the thoughts, all the activities, all the things accomplished or not accomplished, as the case may be. Welcome yourself to your practice. Welcome yourself to the sacred space that is just for you. As you relax down into your seat, give yourself over to the flow of the practice tonight. Let the flow move through you and allow it to create whatever feels good in your body. Whether that's slower or faster, more vigorous or more gentle. Just feel the spirit of aliveness move through your body and give yourself over to what comes. You don't have to figure it out. You just need to feel it, moment by moment, along the way. Feel your spine grow long and steady. Allow the energy to draw your head up toward the sky, reaching for the clouds, the light up above. Feel your body get light and drop the resistance that we always seem to feel within. Let your breath flow freely in and out. Feel free to even create a little organic movement if you like. Feeling a little sway or stretch from side to side. Maybe moving your neck, gently turning the head from one side to the other, or dropping your chin down, rotating it up. Maybe even a slight movement of the shoulders. Just find what's moving you tonight. And let it go and flow. All together, take another deep breath in. Feel your lungs expand. Feel the energy reside in your body as you exhale. Release out anything that does not serve your highest being. Start to open your eyes. Now everyone together, bringing your arms out to the side, rotating the arms in circles to the side, forward, and then gently rotating back, moving your arms from the shoulder blades, so really using the upper back muscles to just gently bring the arms in a circle. Next time you come forward, bring those arms together. Press your palms together. Lift your hands up and overhead. Frame your head with your arms. Take a deeper breath in. Lift your fingers as high as they'll go, and then arch over to the left. Pressing down through the outside of the right hip. Inhale, arc it over to the right. Feeling the ribs stretch and open. Bring it back up to the center. Separate your hands. Take a little twist to one side. Inhale, come back up to center. Lift your arms and take the twist to the other side. Inhale, bring the arms back up, lift them as high as they'll go, and then exhale, fold forward, bringing the hands down in front and just letting your head drop forward as you extend your spine long. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. Inhale and come on back up to the top. All right, we're actually going to roll down on our back for a couple of stretches. So lay down on your mat. We're going to bend our knees and come down, letting the entire back rest on the mat just for a moment, bringing your hands on either side of your hips. Press down through all four corners of your feet. Engage through the muscles of the feet and let the energy draw up all the way into the quads, into your thigh muscles, and then activate the quadriceps. Bring your hands down on the mat. Inhale and take a pelvic tilt, lifting the pubic bone up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, roll down to the tip of the tailbone, pressing down all the way to the very end and letting that little gap appear in the lower back. Inhale, roll up, taking that pelvic tilt once again, keeping your waistband on the floor, but the tailbone pointing upward. Exhale, roll it down to the very tip once again. And then one more time, inhale, roll it up. This time, pressing down into all four corners of your feet, lift your hips up. Sits bones pressing upward, the points of your hips pointing up toward the ceiling. Stay here, take a deep breath in, press down through your shoulder blades for bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Exhale, one vertebra at a time, roll it down, oh so slowly, and keep that roll going, coming all the way down to the tip of the tailbone once again. 2 more times, we're going to lift up to bridge pose. So inhale, take the pelvic tilt, press down through the feet, quads and gluteal muscles activated, lifting those hips, energy rising all the way up into the shoulders, pressing down, a nice strong bridge pose. Exhale, roll it down. Release all the way to the tip of the tailbone. One final time, roll it up. Make this your strongest bridge yet. Lift those hips high. Keep it up. We're going to hold it up here for 1 or 2 more breaths. So keep lifting, pressing down through the outsides of the shoulder blades. Deep breath in as your knees reach forward over your feet. 1 more breath. You've got this. And then exhale, gently roll it down. Imagine your spine like a wave coming all the way down to the base. As you release, lift your feet up off of the mat. Hug your knees into the chest and take Utkatasana for a breath. Deep breath in, hug those knees. Exhale it out. From this bridge pose, we're actually going to go ahead and roll it all the way up. So just forward and back, you might get a little momentum. Just rocking forward and back, hands behind your thighs to help you bring yourself all the way up to your feet. Once your feet are touching the mat, we're going to lift forward, come to your feet, and come on up to your toes, right into a squatting toe balance. If you have your blocks, you can pick your hands, lightly touch the blocks. But if you can let go of those blocks and hold yourself steady through your core, we're going to practice today bringing that energy in toward the center of the body. So really pull in through your abdominal muscles. Don't think about the balance, think about the core center. Breathe and steady yourself through your gaze. 1 more breath. And then bring your hands down to the blocks. This time, lifting your seat up. We're going to go right into Uttanasana, forward fold. So separate your feet so that they are hip distance apart. Hands are going to be down on the blocks or the mat. Let your head relax. Let your knees be soft. Take a deep breath in. Lift yourself up to fingertips and lengthen your spine. Head reaching forward over the front of the mat. Exhale and fold down like a rag doll once again. This time, inhale, bring your arms out to the side. Press down through your feet as you lift up. Knees are soft as you lift all the way up. Arms reach overhead. Upward facing hands, lifting and reaching. Side body, getting a beautiful stretch. Spin your pinky fingers toward the center. Open your palms to the back and widen through your heart. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Forward fold. coming all the way back down. As you come into Uttanasana, forward fold, walk your feet backwards. We're going to take one downward facing dog. So walk those feet all the way to the back, hands down on the mat. Lift your hips high. Really nice downward dog. Oh, that feels good after a long day of work. Deep breath, soft knees, but lift your hips high. Press those thighs toward the back of your mat. Inhale, come forward, bring your knees right down on the mat. And exhale, take it to a child's pose, resting down on top of your thighs. Forehead drops down to the mat. Deep inhale. Exhale, really using our breath tonight to manage the energy flow, the prana moving in and out of our bodies. Back up to all fours position. Curl your toes. Walk your feet right up to the front once again. And pull yourself all the way up. Arms reach out to the side. Upward facing hands. And then drop your hands to your heart. We're going to warm the body up with a full sun salutation A. So we will begin on our next breath. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up for Ardha Uttanasana, lengthening through the spine. And then exhale, hinge forward and fold. Inhale, step your feet back to plank position. Once we're in plank, we're going to take a full breath here, lifting up through those abdominals, warming them up for what's ahead, and then exhale. We're going to lower down either from a full plank or half plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, down to the mat. Lifting up through the upper body, widen your heart, come into Cobra or Up Dog, and then exhale, lower back down. Inhale, press yourself back up to plank or tabletop position. And then right back into downward facing dog. From downward dog, walk the feet up to the front once again. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift your body up, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Bowing in Anjali Mudra, take an additional breath here with strong mountain legs. Deeply filling your lungs. Exhaling it all out. Wonderful. Let's keep going. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, this time step back to downward facing dog. 1, 2, 3. Bring those feet to the back of the mat. Hips rising high. Maybe those legs are a little straighter this time. Take a breath in. Exhale. We're going to bring the right leg up for a split leg dog. So 3 legs down, right leg is up. On your next inhale, we're going to bend the right knee and bring it forward up so that it almost touches your right elbow. And then exhale, we're going to press it all the way back to 3-legged dog. Inhale, scoop the knee in and bring it forward almost to your right elbow. Exhale, press it back. And then one more time, bring that knee forward for cheetah. And exhale it back for 3-legged dog. Next time we bring the knee forward, we're going to bring it all the way up into a lunge position. So the right foot comes all the way up to the inside of the right hand. Stretch and lengthen through the spine. Nice strong runner's lunge. Hands on the mat or the blocks, either way. From lunge position, lower the left knee. Gently let that left knee descend down, and then scoop up through the belly. Use the core strength to lift yourself up. Arms reaching overhead. Inhale, lift them a little higher, bring them to victorious arms, and once again, spin those pinkies toward the center line, palms facing the back. Exhale, bring the hands back down in front. Lift the left knee back up. Take the right arm out to the side. Swing it up there for a lunging twist. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the right hand back down. Slide that right foot all the way back. Take it to downward facing dog. Inhale. Stay here, exhale. Inhale, come down to tabletop. Exhale, take it to cat stretch. Inhale, this time scoop it in for cow. Exhale, take it to cat once again. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. This time inhale, come back to tabletop. Walk your hands toward your body. Lift up on your knees. Come to a kneeling position. Roll your shoulders back. Bring your fingertips reaching down toward the earth. Lift that heart and press it forward like your heart wants to just jump forward in the front of your mat. Pressing it forward through the upper back muscles. Deep breath. Very nice. And then bring your hands back down to all fours position. Lift your knees up and press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. One full breath here in downward dog. Exhale. Now we're going to lift the left leg up for three-legged dog. So lift that left leg high, press the foot back. As you inhale, bend the left knee, carry it forward, scoop it into the belly and draw it forward, reaching for your left elbow. Exhale, press it up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale, scoop it into the belly, reach it forward towards your left elbow. Exhale, press the leg all the way up and back, three-legged dog. One more time for cheetah. Inhale, bring the knee forward toward your left elbow. Exhale, up and back, three-legged dog. This time we're going to bring that left foot all the way forward. So bring it up to the front. Runner's lunge. Lengthen through your back. Lift up through the pelvic floor. Nice strong abdominals here. Hands supported or down. Deep breath. Exhale. And then let your right knee slowly come down, like you're just letting it come down into a cushion of foam. So just think how soft and controlled you can let it descend. From this position, scoop up through the belly. Core strength lifts you up. Arms carry up and forward. Anjaneyasana, low crescent. Feel the expansion across your collarbones. Let them widen. Your chin slightly lifts. Move into your full expression of low crescent and spin those pinkies toward the center. Nice deep breath, open-hearted posture. And then bring the hands back down once again. Lift the right knee back up. From here, you're going to slide the left leg back. Take it to downward facing dog. breath in. Exhale. Inhale, come down to hands and knees. Press back up into cat stretch as you exhale. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. And one more time to cat. Come back to a neutral spine and go ahead and sit back on your heels. Find a comfortable seat and let's talk a little bit about where we're going next with fierce pose, chair pose, awkward pose, also known as Utkatasana. All right, so I always like you to just take a little break and observe as we break these postures down into the basics. So just take a little breather. And as we talk about it and as we think about Utkatasana tonight, obviously it's a core builder. It's really got a lot to do with the strength of the legs and the strength of the core. So one of the things that's going to be very important is to feel where that strength emanates from. Obviously we start with nice strong feet, but then we're going to build that strength as we spiral inwards through the inner thighs. So we're going to bring that strength toward the center. Remember the center. Think about your strength being a column, right? Like a beautiful column on a building. It's really building right here. So we're going to pull in through those inner thighs using the adduction of those muscles and then carry that up through those lower abdominals. So our knees are bent. We're going to have those knees bent, but what we want to try to do is push the knees back. So a lot of what we don't want to do is bend the knees and have the knees over the feet. That's no good. What we need to do is push those knees back, and then we're going to just find a center point where we feel balanced through that core body and let the energy move up through the upper body. So with those nice strong feet plugged in and those inner thighs spiraling inward, here's what I want you to look at first, and then we can try it together. It's very important that we're not creating this kind of situation. So we're trying to push it back, and what happens? Booty is sticking out in the back. We've got an arch in the lower back, and we're starting to compensate for all of this weight that's reaching forward by sticking it back even further, okay? That is not what we're aiming for. So what we're gonna do is take one hand to the belly, one hand to the lower back, and we're gonna think about lengthening the tailbone down and pulling in through the front part of the abdominals, okay? So it's that action that I want to illustrate so that we can all try it together. And then we'll talk a little bit more about the upper body as we get into it. So let's go ahead and have everybody stand. And what I'd like you to do is grab a block. This is very instructive to grab a block and really get the feeling for what we're doing with those inner thighs. So I'm going to have you take a block and just place it right into the inner thighs. Okay? With your feet now roughly hip distance apart, because the block's going to keep those right where they need to be, you're going to activate those inner thighs. You're going to squeeze them inward, and you're going to feel that column of support building in from the mid-thigh area all the way up into the abdominals. Look down at your feet. Make sure that you have those feet plugged in, really pushing down through the big toe joint and all the way out to the outer edges of the toes, and then back into the heels as well. So there's a real tendency to want to kind of balance yourself forward on the balls of the feet, but we want to use all four corners back onto the heels as well. So squeezing in through those inner thighs. Knees can just be slightly bent. They don't have to be real deep to start. Just practice that feeling. Maybe even close your eyes for a moment so you can really visualize the direction and the feeling of the energy toward the center. All right, so once you've got those legs in place, let's take the left hand to the front of the belly, the right hand back behind the lower back. And now picture your tailbone lengthening down and your sits bones reaching down towards your heels. Now again, you don't have to sit real deep. And your legs may already be talking to you here. This is a very engaging pose for the legs and the quads. So take a break if you need to. But just picture your tailbone reaching down. So it's a tiny little, it's a bit of an anterior tilt of the pelvis. But then take your hands to your waist and feel your energy start to draw up through the back. Relax your shoulders. Take another deep breath. And then let's go ahead and straighten those legs. Go ahead and keep the block in place. You can just keep it there when you straighten and lift all the way up. Woo! Felt good to take a little straightening on the legs, didn't it? All right, so that's our lower body awareness. With the upper body, there's a lot going on there as well. So let's just talk about that. With the upper body, what we're trying to do is lengthen the neck forward. So a lot of times you'll see pictures of chair pose and somebody's so deep because they've got their legs nice and very bent, and those thighs are parallel to the floor, and they're reaching forward like this. But really, until your legs are in shape and you're going down that low, we're not really trying to reach forward. We're trying to keep the back in a nice, long, extended alignment. So my neck is reaching up. I'm really pulling that neck up toward the sky. Again, I'm scooping into the belly, feeling that lower body engagement. But then I'm relaxing those shoulders so they're not hunched up here next to my head, but they're relaxed down. So let's try to put that together. Okay, so go ahead, find your lower body awareness to start. With the feet, plug those feet in. Find a nice accessible bend in the knee and feel your sits bones reach down toward your heels. Keep squeezing into those inner thighs. Tuck the pelvis, lengthen the tailbone down. And then once you've got that lower body locked in, you can start to lengthen up through the spine. Reach your hands on either side of your head, but only to the extent that your shoulders are relaxed and plugged in down your back. Don't forget to breathe. Fierce pose, Utkatasana. Find your center. One more breath. And then let's stand it up. Ooh, take that full body stretch. That feels good. And release the hands down. All right. So you can put your block down. And I hope that breaking it down in that way was helpful to try to pull some of the cues together that's going to help you build this pose from the ground up each time we take this in a practice. So let's try putting it all together. We're going to move a little bit more again, starting off with a Surya Namaskar B, which involves the chair pose. So let's come up to the front of the mat. Inhale, bring your arms up and overhead. Nice full body stretch. And then exhale, we're gonna immediately go into Utkatasana chair pose. So pretend that that block is still there. Find your chair as you sit down. Once you find your chair, we're gonna take a full breath here. Exhale. Inhale one more time. And then exhale, we're just gonna fold forward. Bring the hands down and move into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, fingers just below the knees. Exhale, hinge forward and fold again. Inhale, step back to plank position. Take a full breath in plank. Inhaling again. And on the exhale, you're going to lower down Chaturanga Dandasana. Gently, with control, down to the mat. Inhale, lift up to Cobra or Up Dog, your choice. Exhale, take it back to Downward Facing Dog. From Downward Facing Dog, lift your right leg up for your split leg dog. And then carry that right leg through all the way up to the front of the mat. Lower the left heel. Lift up to Virabhadrasana 1, reaching forward, planting those feet. Warrior 1. Take a full breath here. Exhale. Inhale once again. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Inhale, reach the right foot back. Take it to plank. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga, moving through the vinyasa flow. Inhale, lift up to Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, back to Downward Facing Dog. Inhale your left leg up for split leg or three leg dog. Exhale, carry the left leg all the way up to the front. Lower the right heel. Lift up once again, Virabhadrasana 1. Arms forward, up, and overhead. Stay here for a breath. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Inhale, left leg back to plank. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga, moving through the vinyasa. Inhale, lift up, Cobra. Exhale, roll back to Downward Facing Dog. One full breath here. Exhale. Inhale, walk, step, or jump up to the front of the mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hands down, forward fold. And then this time, inhale with bent knees. Lift yourself up. We're going right into chair pose from a forward fold. So you're going to plant those feet down. Squeeze those inner thighs together just like that block was still in place. Lengthen the tailbone down. Lengthen your neck forward. Make all your adjustments. Stay here, one more breath. You can do it. And then inhale. Arms are going to reach up. Exhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a resting breath into Tadasana. Ooh, got warm in here. How about there? I'm going to get fiery for you as well. All right, reach those arms up. Exhale, dive forward for a sweet little forward fold. And then step your feet back, all the way back. Drop your knees down and take it to child. We're going to take 3 full breaths in child's pose. Reset, rebalance, restore. ready, come on up to hands and knees position. From hands and knees position, let's pivot on the right knee and bring the right foot off the mat. Plant your right hand down, lift the left arm up, coming to Stargazer. From Stargazer pose, see if you can lift that left foot up. Challenge yourself to balance just on the hand and on the right leg. Push through the left heel. Keep breathing. Bring the left leg down, left hand down, come back to all fours position. Take one round of cat-cow, dropping it down for cow, and then lifting it up for cat. Come back to tabletop. Turn your left foot off of the mat. We're going to move into Stargazer on the other side. So left leg down, left hand down, right arm sweeps up. Right leg is extended. See if you can lift that right foot up this time. Core strength. We worked that core tonight, so you can push through the right heel and lift the leg straight back. And then bring it all down. Come back to tabletop position. Again, take another cat and cow. Drop it down. Inhale. Exhale. Press it up for cat. Back to table, and press back for a breath in child. Inhaling, exhaling. Nice. All right. We got time for one more little moving flow, so let's keep going and really work the vinyasa tonight. Lift the knees off the mat, press back at downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, reach your right foot forward for runner's lunge. With the right foot forward, left foot back. Harness your core strength once again. Lift everything up to high lunge. So lift all the way up, reach the arms forward and up over your head. Once again, spin those pinkies toward the center. Lift your heart, arch your back. Deep breath. And then we're going to step forward with a giant step. Left foot comes all the way up and sit right down into chair pose. So moving into chair one more time for practice tonight. Push those inner thighs together. Walk those feet down to the mat. Lengthen your spine. Beautiful. Drawing that belly in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, step back to plank position. Exhale, lower down, vinyasa flow, or you can take just a child if you would prefer. You can really modify however you want. All meet back in downward facing dog on this next breath. Breath in and exhale. On the next breath, we're going to lift the left foot forward, coming into low lunge. And then from low lunge, lifting up once again into high lunge. Arms reach up, nice strong legs. We're getting a nice leg and core workout tonight. One more breath. And we're going to go right from high lunge to chair pose again. So we're going to giant step with the right leg forward and then stay right here into chair. Last one this evening. Refine it. Think about all your action points. Keep breathing. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, fingers just below the knees, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, hands down and fold. Last vinyasa flow, step back to plank. Remember, you can take child if you prefer, or you can lower down going through the chaturanga. Lifting up for cobra or up dog. And then exhale, back, downward facing dog. One full breath here. Exhale, come down to your knees and press back to child. Take 2 more breaths here. Deeply breathing, really moving the energy and life force in and out of your body. Feeling warm and alive. Inhale, come on back up to tabletop position. Swing your legs around. Going to bring your feet together from a seated position. Soles of the feet are going to press together. Lengthen your spine. Plug your sits bones down into the mat. Roll your shoulders back. Lift up tall through your spine. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold forward into Utkatasana. Gently folding and bringing your heart forward towards your feet. Fold only so far as it feels appropriate. This is a nice hip opener, but we haven't done much with the hips tonight, so don't worry about how far down you go. Just feel a nice, sweet stretch in the lower back. Hips and inner thighs. Just keep folding down for as long as it feels appropriate. Breath now slowing down. Lift on back up, come back up to a seated position, bring your legs together. We're going to roll all the way down to our back once again. Once you're down on your back, bring your arms into a T off the shoulder. Scoot your hips over to the right side just a few inches and then drop both knees and stack your thighs over on the left. So just taking a nice little gentle spinal twist. Let everything release down, soften it. Hard work is done, and now you just get to cruise and enjoy the release. There's the rain. I have the rain outside. Safely bring your knees back up to the center. Scoot your hips to the center of the mat and then move them a little bit to the left side. Stack your thighs once again. And your knees and drop them over to the right side. Just knees into the spinal twist. Remember, if this feels a little intense, you can push your knees toward the front of the mat a little bit more. If it's not intense enough, you can draw the knees up into your chest a little higher. And just relax it down. Slowly bring your knees back up to center. Now scoot your hips right in the center of the mat. Extend your legs all the way down. And let's come into full Shavasana. Relaxing your feet, your legs, your hard-working legs. Feeling the buzz of warmth and the work. And the adrenaline start to taper off. Let your pelvis relax. Let your belly drop down. And relax your shoulders, your arms. Soften into your fingers. Feel the warmth of the palm of your hand. the build-up of the day. You've opened those channels with a warm release. Now you're left in a state of relaxation. Enjoy this peace. Enjoy the feeling of being totally released from all your negative energy. To emerge, you can bend your knees, perhaps draw them into the chest, give yourself a nice hug, thank yourself for this practice and all that it's done for you. And begin to lift your head, rise back up. Together once again. Lift our arms up, reach them overhead. Connect in the center, and then carry that deep connection of mind, body, and spirit deep into your core. The light in me is honored and grateful for the light and the fire within you all. Thank you so much for joining me in practice. Om Shanti and Namaste.